Hello all, this is The Legend of Korra Review for episode 1. Now, yes, we're going to be doing these because Korra's awesome, so screw you guys, all you haters. But anyway, I like to bring in, of course, my fellow Korra brethren, Terminator Juice.
What's up, everybody? Terminator Juice, and this is going to be our review of Chapter 1, After All These Years, from Book 4 of Korra. And we were just talking how bummed we are. They only did one episode this to open the season. The last 3 times they did at least 2 episodes, so we probably won't have that much to cover. But let's get started.
All right, so what happened first in the episode, of course, was it was just like in that one clip, you had where it was the whole, introducing Republic City again after the 3 years, and then, then we got the same thing of, Asami basically saying, "Woo, please go away," like just get on a train and go. I don't care if you jump off a cliff, just do it. Like he's like, I totally understand.
That dude, he reminded me of, I can't think of the exact person, but he just was that douchey character. I've seen him before, and like that style character. And I cannot think of the TV series. It was an animated series, but he's just that guy that you just wanna. He's just annoying character type,
Yeah, he really is. It's just, I just don't. I wish, trust me, if I was his bodyguard, I would have quit the first second for the fact that I don't care if I lose my job, dude. I'm not being with this guy. And that's another thing, is that Mako, is basically the bodyguard of Wu.
And now Mako's not the biggest douche on the show, so they did that on purpose.
Yeah. So I could see really him getting really pissed off because he was, but we'll get into that later. So yeah, basically, they were talking. Asami and Mako were talking for a bit. Yeah, they were talking for a bit, being like, "Oh, after all these years, blah blah blah, Korra's finally coming tonight." So that basically happened, and then we switched to.
Well, first, the kind of the connection between Republic City and the Earth Kingdom was a train system.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That Asami funded and stuff, so that it's connecting Republic City to the Earth, nation, which is a pretty large chunk of the world, and that was kind of the opening ceremony for that.
Definitely. It's like now they're trying to like bring everybody together, I guess. So I think the next thing to do would be like, I think they're gonna put rails probably on the oceans. I don't know. Probably they're gonna make it where they finally have airports because they're gonna make bigger planes or something. I guess they really just want everybody to be united, and Republic City's basically in the middle of everything.
Yep.
So
and it has the spirit wilds. It's kind of like the only spirit realm outside the 2 north and south poles, I think, from what we've seen.
Yeah, it really is. It's like I like how that what was nice though? That homeless guy in the first season. Yeah, we saw him again. He was having fun with the spirits. He actually likes what happened.
He had some friends. He made some friends with the spirits, so that was cool. And
hey, that's really cool. You get he's actually with the change.
Yeah, and with Book 2 or Book 3, they barely, like, the first episode showed the spirits and the vines, and then they just didn't even mention it again for all of Book 3. So they got, it seems to be a bigger part of Book 4 is going to be the spirit wilds, they call it, with the vines and stuff. So
yeah, and basically, I think right after that, we saw Kai and Opal. Yes, we saw them. I just had to remember because the thing is Kaya, and then Kai. I was just like, what the frick? But yes, Kai and Opal basically came down. Just like in the trailer, they did the whole thing going in with their squirrel suits, and basically, the Air Nation is basically like the world police, basically. So it's. They just went down. They took care of some bandits, and for some reason I don't know what the heck is going on. It's like, what bandits took over all these years? Like what? Like
apparently
bandits everywhere. Like god dang. But
well, there was bandits in Book 3 outside the Earth Kingdom that
is true.
Stealing and it was the queen was stealing their money from them, so they kind of set that up. But then it was like a one of the countries. It's almost like it reminds me of Asia, just that it's this huge continent, and then there's all these little smaller countries. And then one of the countries, I don't remember the name, it's got a big ore deposit, and that's where they were. They were in this town. They had like what'd they call the guy? He wasn't like the mayor, but
he was the governor.
Governor, yes, of that country. And then he was a little bummed out that there was only 2 airbenders there to help, because he said there's bandits all around. So there was a little bit of drama there with just Kai and Opal, and he was afraid they weren't going to be enough to help their problems. So that was kind of their introduction.
Yeah, it really was their introduction for the fact that now basically I could see it where now. Excuse me, I had a little burp there. But the thing is, I can see it now where since they're doing like kind of the Avatar's job, they're gonna get the same treatment, because people don't like the Avatar. Some people do. Some people are like screw off. So it's like now they're gonna be like treated like that. So, but at the same time, the Air Nation is very small. So that's the thing that they don't. You got people that just want everything right now, and they're really impatient. So, the Air Nation is small, so basically, I can understand why he was complaining a little bit, but he wanted Tenzin, but the thing is, Tenzin was busy with the new king guy. So that's why, Tenzin can't be around at all. So that's why every other airbender is just around. And, it was really nice to see, though, how it developed, basically throughout the years. And now that there are basically protectors of the world and such, so that was really cool. Next is God. Now we're gonna go into the next part, and this character was introduced in such an awesome way. I was gonna say, yes, Kuvira. Okay, so first we see that she's already using the railways, which is basically she was in this big, huge steel train. And that's basically where all her armor deposits are, and soldiers and stuff like that.
Yeah, and Bolin's part of her. I don't know if he's an advisor or what he is. He's not really part of the. He's not really a soldier, I don't think. But at least they didn't let us know really what his role is. And then what's his face? Varric and Julie were in there as well.
Yeah, they were. So you got it where now they're basically a team. But I don't think that Bolin is gonna get into any situation where he has to fight like Mako Asami or something like that, because I don't think he's not that kind of guy. He's actually a good guy, and
And they kind of have Kuvira as like to some people she's like a hero, because they're hearing all these how she's uniting, the Great Uniter they call her. Yeah. And then we see what is really going on, and with her. Basically her introduction to what she's capable of doing.
Yeah.
Which was
she really okay. She was okay. This was a way of metal bending, like, it was cool with the whole like the lines and everything, but now we got it where she basically throws metal plates from somewhere. I don't know how many metal plates she has.
It's her armor
It's her armor, right?
It's her weapons, yeah, and then she was using it non-lethal. Like to block them and to tie up their hands, but Sawyer 7 Mage does a review, and he thinks that maybe she's bending platinum because of the way it looks, but that would be pretty incredible if she was able to bend platinum. So we'll see if that's true. I don't know if I agree with that, but
we'll just have to see, because right now no metal bender at all can, like, as we know, cannot bend platinum.
No.
So it's like I'm just gonna wait to see if that's true. Because if she can bend platinum, well, what are you going to trap them in? I guess you can trap them in wood, unless they do some crazy thing where they bend the materials in wood. Like, Earthbenders are so freaking overpowered.
But her martial arts style and her just dominance with her bending, it was incredible. And
it really was. She was doing all like this crazy arm movement. She was like, like whoa, god.
She didn't break a sweat. She was like 30 feet away from the nearest person, and she was doing pinpoint accuracy with her metal pieces flying at people. And she's just a badass. But then we find out in the next scene that she's also just kind of a bitch, and she's not very likable.
She really isn't. It's like, we got it where you got Bolin, and I'm gonna get to that part actually soon. But the thing is, it's like she can't be happy unless something happens, that she wants, because they were trying to celebrate, and shoot, I forgot to say. Spoiler alert. But the thing is, yeah, for all of this, but yeah, it's just they were all celebrating. Yet she's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna celebrate until we are 100% united." I'm just like, "No, come on, just be happy, somewhat." You know?
You just got another region, just toast.
Yeah, just freaking just get along, man. I don't know how the heck she's with somebody, but. Whatever. We're gonna get to that
and
next.
And then it was like, why is the train stopped? Like the train had to stop.
Oh yeah.
Like unacceptable. This train should stop. And like her tone in her voice was just like, damn.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to her. It's like you saw her at in book 3 when she was helping
Town Rock.
There we go.
And she saved him, and she seemed confident, but she also seemed friendly at that point.
Yeah, she was really friendly. I don't know what happened to her, where she's like not friendly anymore.
So why don't you go describe the part on the train tracks where she kind of, after the bandits were all rounded up.
Oh yeah, let's go there. So she rounds up the bandits, and basically she tells them that you can change anew, you can be part of my army, you just gotta swear your loyalty on me, and blah blah blah. Basically, to me, that sounds like.
And their hands were bound and bound to the track by the metal.
And the thing is, the way she said it is just like, either you join me or try to escape until the next train comes. I'm just like, what the frick wrong with you?
Because that would have cut off all their hands and arms, like if a train comes. So that was the choice she gave them, to join her, or good luck trying to get off these rail tracks. Which, not much of a choice. So they, of course, and then she makes them, what's the word I'm looking for? Like swear to her, like
swear allegiance.
Swear allegiance, yes. So go ahead.
Yeah. But the thing is, she's really kind of like, you have to swear allegiance to me. So, she really isn't trying to get peace. It's like she's trying to take over the whole Earth Kingdom, so that way she can like take control fully. And so far she is. Also, it's like
I'm thinking she wants all these people to swear allegiance to her, not to unite the country for the benefit. I think maybe some part of her thinks that, but I also believe that she just wants to be the governing. She has enough of an army to just take over and be like the ruler of everything. It's kind of, I hate to see her as like a take over the world kind of villain.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a little bit of a hint of that so far.
Yeah, so far it really is. It's just, she really, like, I don't know what happened to her. She was like all smiley and like, yes, you're welcome. Just call me Kuvira. And like, and all of a sudden she's like, why did we stop? Like, god dang, man.
When they get off after that scene, and they stop in that town where Opal and Kai are, you see a little bit of a lighter side of her, just slightly, but it might just be.
She might just be faking it. That's my.
Yeah, she might be just, I don't know. I'm thinking the word just like artificially nice, because Opal and Opal's brother, I forget, I didn't catch his name.
Yeah, is he? He's not the Squirrelex dude.
He was in that metal city. I think he was like this. He had glasses and stuff. I don't remember him much from book 3, but apparently there was some kind of falling out with Opal's side, like them and this brother, 3 years ago, and then and now he's working with Kuvira, and they're engaged, which is kind of
that's the thing too. They're engaged.
Fiance, like she's so proud to say my fiance, and then I didn't know you didn't know Opal. Like you did. You do.
Opal, I'm telling you, I bet there's gonna be some kind of thing where they kind of fight for a bit, but not really.
So what do you think of Kuvira, like saying, "Oh, now, Opal, that this is no time to bicker. Let's move on." And she was, "I'm trying to be nice," and it's like, does she really have any nice inside her, or was that just more manipulation?
I would say it's more manipulation for the fact that it's like the way she says it is just like, oh, hi, 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 and then when she's away, just like, where's my coffee? It's just like,
and she's like, we need to talk in private, and then she goes to the governor and gives him like the terms of her to like protect his country. He has to sign over everything to her, like the order and everything. It seemed that was the terms, and the guy's just like he threw it on the floor. He like just said fuck you, and so she, if she was truly like out of control psycho, she probably would have done something to him right then and there. But she seems to be very smart, so she knew what was going to happen, which is she said she'd give him a day to reconsider, and they'd be on the edge of town or whatever. And then that led to the next scene with Opal and Kai on the Sky Bison, and they were recruiting food for the town, going to all these farms because they could fly over the bandits. So they had this nice supply of food they were going to bring to the town. And then out of nowhere comes a like a bi-wing flying plane, that we've seen in the series before. And it looked like he was an earthbender, but he's flying down this rope. They attached it to the Sky Bison, and he had like a blade weapon, and he was like untouchable. He's facing those air nomads like nothing. So that's kind of curious that he was that skilled. He was in the air away from his element, and he was holding his own. And then they actually get away with all the food, and Opal and Kai are left with nothing to go back to the governor. So, what do you think about that? Do you think those were just bandits out of nowhere, or do you think that's if they were there? Under orders.
And yes, we're back to the echoey place. But the thing is, I honestly think that Kuvira, those were the bandits that Kuvira
recruited.
Captured.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That she recruited, and they basically did what she wanted them to do and took the food, so that way the governor has to sign the contract because that was the last hope. And then I think she's really trying to make it where the airbenders are looking bad. She wants to make it where the airbenders you will have no faith with them. There's nothing that you can do with them because they're not really trustworthy that much because they really can't protect anything. She's gonna probably do something like that.
Yeah, they're not competent enough to save. So the governor actually signs the agreement to give over his land, and then of course in front of everyone she makes him swear allegiance.
I'm just like
the great uniter.
I'm just like okay, Sith Lord. All right, I get you. It's just for real though. It's everybody is happy after that. She really is trying. I could see that she really is trying to just conquer everything for her own sake. So that way, everybody's going to turn against the new king, which is Wu, and is going to, probably overthrow him and probably put her in charge instead. So because what was also, I think it was hinted in also the trailer where, where we saw what's her name? Suyin?
Yeah.
We saw her like all like sad, and she was like in a mech suit.
Oh, that
so
was.
I'm thinking something's gonna.
That was Julie from. So, how long do you want this to be?
No, not Julie.
It looked like Julie was getting in the mech
sister.
She was. I thought it was Julie getting in that mech suit with the glasses.
No, that was.
Was there a different scene?
Yeah, there was a different scene where because the thing is, if you saw around the shoulder, it would have been there was a mech kind of thing.
Okay.
So that's how it was, but in total, like mostly at the end now. Let's get to the end now.
I was gonna say there's like three things I think we should cover before we're done. And one, I would say one is that the fact that there's supporters of the new coming king. He's the prince, and then there's supporters of Kuvera. Like she has her own supporters, almost more. And then the whole thing with Opal and Kai having that little conversation about long distance relationships on the Airbender or on the Air Bison. I think that's going to lead to something. And then obviously Korra doing her little underground boxing thing. I think those are like the three major points left. So
Definitely.
There was that scene with Mako protecting Prince Wu from a mob throwing pies. And then that led to Mako's he was just confirmed to be, he's going to have to be Prince Wu's like bodyguard from here on out. Like he thought he's going to be a detective again, and Lin said, no, you're going to be his bodyguard. It's out of my hands. It's all political, and she had no say. So now he's stuck being Prince Wu's bodyguard. So I think that serves him right for being a douche for so long, Mako.
That's what happens when you don't use lightning bending for 2 seasons, except for power.
So I think that's interesting. We'll see where that goes. And the fact that he hasn't talked to Bolin in a while, and they've kind of been separated. And there's going to be some backstory. I think they're going to show us what happened with Kuvira, how she became who she is. And I think a lot of the episodes this season are going to be flashbacks because it's the 3-year time gap. They got to fill in something.
Yeah, because the thing is, we have to know what happened between those 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I can definitely see that.
And then, what do you think of the Opal and Kai discussing how their relationships were going? Because Opal and Bolin seem to have, she's not liking him because he's with Kuvera, who she doesn't like. And Kai and Opal had a little moment where I think Kai's like prodding because he wants to find out how she's feeling about Bolin, because it just seems obvious they're stuck together, and I just have a feeling they're going to try to make that some kind of romance or something.
Yeah.
Did you feel that at all?
I mean, I can see where, Opal basically sees it because, Bolin's really working for someone, she hates.
Mm-hmm.
And really, it's just Opal. The thing is, my problem with Opal, and I like her, but she sometimes, is like that kind of girl that's just like, okay.
Yeah.
So,
It seemed like Kai was a little bit prying, like trying to get her to. He's trying to find out. I think he's got a thing for her, whether it ever.
Oh my God!
I think he does. That's the feelings I got. Otherwise, why would they even have that scene? So that was kind of interesting. Like I said in our predictions, I said there will hopefully won't be too much romance, love triangle crap, but I could see maybe them going that way. And then the final thing I guess we should talk about is Korra, who was only in like 2 minutes of the whole episode.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and describe Korra's opening scene?
Okay, well, she was in freaking WWE, okay, and she was in, not WWE, UFC.
Yeah, UFC.
So she was in UFC going in after freaking this other background, okay, just a background there for only 2 minutes for the whole entire person. Actually, not even 2 minutes. It was like for only like 10 seconds, and then basically Korra lost, which, okay, listen, you are the Avatar, master of all 4 elements, one to bring peace and order and balance to the world, and you lose to some random earthbender that's not even going to be mentioned anymore.
Yeah, it's like, obviously she was only going to earthbend because she doesn't want anyone to know. I think she's trying to not be the Avatar. But why did her skills diminish? Has she been doing nothing for 2.5 years? Because her dad said she was gone from the South Pole for 6 months and said she was in Republic City. It looked like an Earth Kingdom area, like it was all in green. I think it was actually in the Earth Kingdom. It looked like it was in underground, or it was not like a building. I think it was like a cave or Earth structure. And so she was battling Earth, and then she got beat, even though she was like taunting the girl, like, "Is that all you got?" And then she still got beat by her. And then the interesting thing was like the guy, the fight promoter gives her money, and then he recognizes her and says she looks like the Avatar. And he asks her, whatever happened to her, And then she's like, what'd she say? I don't know, or
she's like, oh, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, and that was it. Episode ended just after that line.
I was just like, God dang, it's already 24 minutes.
I know, it goes so fast. So
yeah.
So that's really interesting because what has she been doing? For the last 6 months she's been fighting, but for the 2.5 years, how did she get the ability to walk back? She was paraplegic. It seemed. She was depressed.
I honestly think that the 6 months ago thing, like she got healed, right? So she was able to walk back, and then she basically started to go out and journey again. So, but the thing is on her own. So, really, it's just the fact of, she's actually trying to deal with what happened with Zahir.
Mm-hmm.
So, because, she still is, like, kind of traumatized
like
by
you
all
said,
this stuff.
in the predictions, everyone wanted to kill the Avatar or end the Avatar cycle. Everyone she's faced since she's been the Avatar has wanted the Avatar to go away. So maybe she's starting to feel like she's not needed and not wanted.
Yeah. Like, she's really, like, at this point, she has that all in her head that, no one needs her yet. I think that's why she's doing bad with her bending, because she's really trying to take it out with, like, anger and stuff like that, which is not good because... But the thing is, I know she's going to get back to her senses because, basically showed and...
in the trailer, yes.
Yeah, and the thing is she's also going to, I guess she's going to go more with spirits and actually, she's going to get her sense back. So it really is just the fact of, she really is still traumatized. She's still like, it's like she's trying to prove herself that she's useful. That's what she's really trying to do. So I can really see that what's going on there. But they really have to show, and I think they are. Because we wouldn't get that boat scene, that clip that they showed, and we also wouldn't see Katara healing her in the water.
I think the purpose of the 3-year gap was almost a storytelling ploy for maybe they didn't have enough story to be in the present, so that way they can do flashbacks that cover 3 years. It almost adds more possibilities for storylines, because a lot of the, like I said earlier, I think a lot of the episodes coming up are going to be flashback episodes to fill in the gaps, and then the main storyline will probably be equivalent of half the season, I think, with the Kuvira and all that. It's a good way to do it, and because now we have all these questions in the beginning, and then now they can fill them in as the season goes, and that's more satisfying, I think. It was a good way to do it, and just looking at like what you said, we see Korra getting healed by Katara. We see her enter the spirit realm, and we also see her donning her Water Tribe Avatar outfit again. It's a different version, but you can see she embraces that. So I'm looking forward to that episode where she wakes back up and is like, she gets, she realizes she needs to be the Avatar again. So I'm looking forward to that. We do have a couple people asked questions.
Yeah, I see it. So we're gonna get into the questions. But
sorry,
before we get there,
she said no spoilers. It's too late.
Too late. But don't worry, it's only the first episode. It's not like we're saying the whole series. But yeah, so let's get into the questions, and then. But before we get in there, I rate this. Now we're gonna go through a grade of A, B, C, or D, and of course F. I'm gonna give it a B+ for at least showing what was coming, and at least we know what Kuvira really is and what her purpose and what she's really after. I like that, but it was just like it failed to really describe every character automatically, but it was good enough for our first episode. So I know we're gonna get more down the line.
And we talked. I don't think I said this on air. They usually do the 2 episodes. I did say at the beginning. This felt like a first half of a 2-part episode to me. And maybe it won't be. Maybe we see the next episode and it really wasn't. but I'm gonna give it a B minus on its own because the only highlight for me was Kuvira's like martial arts scene, and there was a couple funny parts, but it really it didn't fulfill much in just a 22-minute one episode where we always have gotten 2 episodes to start the seasons, and it could be great combined with the second episode, but I definitely want to see more Korra and some more of the what happened in the last 3 years. So I gave it a B minus, but I still enjoyed it, and it definitely has me excited for the rest of the season. But you know, the one thing, there's not a question here, but I'm going to ask this because I think next episode we're going to see Toph. I think because Korra's in the Earth Kingdom, she's doing that underground fighting, and I think Toph is going to find her, and I think we're going to see her in the next episode. That's my prediction. What do you think?
Okay. I would say kind of. I would say I'll give that until, for me, I would say until the 3rd episode.
Okay.
Because I think for the next one they're really gonna explain, like they're gonna go with Korra now, and go through with what she's doing at that moment, because basically we already know what everybody else is doing, mostly. That's everyone.
True. Or I think the next episode will either be Toph or it will be Korra's story to how she got to where she is, where we saw her. And maybe that would be a full episode, just that, and then Toph might be in the next 3rd or 4th episode. So that's just my feelings, and I hope so. And I hope Toph I hope they keep her personality. I hope, because she's old now, I hope she's still Toph.
Yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, so there's our grade, guys, and yeah, so let's answer at least one of these questions, and then we're gonna go. First one is: do you think Hiroshi Sato will make an appearance as Zuko's daughter? That was actually answered last week. Or, yesterday.
When we did our preview thoughts and predictions video, but we'll just say I think Sato will definitely be in it, and we've already seen Zuko's daughter in the trailer. So
there you go. All right, so this one again from
Anderson Archilla, right?
Yeah, Anderson.
Yeah.
So the next one for him is: the Earth Queen's death certainly pushed the limits for what a Nickelodeon show could show. Do you think they might do something to push it even further for this season?
I don't know if they'll try to push it any further. I think that's what kind of got them. I mean, this show was already done, though. Season 4 was already produced and being animated, so they might equal, like we predicted, a main character might die at some point in book 4. So
yeah.
I don't know. The thing that topped it, though, was Police, the Sparky Boom Boom girl. That her death was kind of topped that already.
I'm sorry, but that whole head is gone. I'm sorry, but it's like yeah, it really. I would say yes, because now it's online, and they can basically put any kind of mature rating or something like that. But honestly, I wish this was not with Nickelodeon. I honestly wish. I wish it was like on Adult Swim or Toonami. That would have been better. But I guess we're gonna see some more like that. So I think we would look into that with Kuvira mostly. We'll see a lot of that. I think we'll see a death because honestly, Tenzin. I'm sorry for people who like him, but he gave away his plot armor. So I'm sorry. He's gonna. I can sense he's gonna die probably.
Maybe yeah.
I thought in book 3 he was, but the thing is he had plot armor because Denora was not an Air Master yet. So I understand that. But yeah.
And that's one person we didn't see much of in this episode was Janora.
We only saw her with her hair and everything. She still has that ball thing on her head. But yeah, basically now she just embraces the tattoo and shows it off and everything. So yeah,
I want to see a little bit. I want to see how much she's matured now that she's an Airbending master.
And one more thing before we leave right now, freaking Milo, dude.
That was awesome.
Milo's kid, is now Milo the man. You hear the guitar and everything.
That the artwork, it's something I think you would do. That's something you would do.
Perfect.
That was hilarious.
It was just hilarious. I liked what they did for Milo. It was great. I loved it, and hopefully they do this more often. With more like I think they're gonna do it more with Bolin. I don't know if people are still gonna call him like Nuntuck or something, because there's some Nuntuck. So well, we're just gonna have to see when the season keeps going on, especially next Friday. So that's gonna be about it, guys. We're kind of a little bit over. Next week's will be shorter. Don't worry. So we'll get right to the point.
And we'll try to keep them at the same time. We were going to do 7, and there was another podcast which got canceled. So what time do you think we'll just do them at 7 or 6? Because either one works for me.
Yeah, I'll do it at 6 again.
Okay.
Because that way everybody else can have the chance. So yeah, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and God dang, man, I cannot wait until more Korra. But
we're getting all this good stuff at once, everywhere. It's like ridiculous. But I do want to say, the shows I heard will appear on the website at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know if that's 100% confirmed, but that's what I was told.
No, it is. It is. Because the thing is that it came around 3 for other websites. It's like 12. Amazon actually gives them around midnight. But of course, those you have to pay for, which I'm not going to do. So I'd rather wait. So yeah, if you guys are going to wait for them, they're going to come around 3 Eastern Standard Time. If not, if you're in PST, that'll be around 12 in the afternoon. So yeah, there you go, guys. That was our review for episode 1. Hopefully you guys will catch on to episode 2 review, because we just want to see more. So yeah, Terminator, you want to say anything that you got coming?
No, I say we'll just look forward to the next. We'll try to kind of keep these separate from our other video game related topics and stuff. So just look forward next Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I forgot to change my icon to Korra. I'll do that. I'll continue to do that.
I'm gonna start doing that.
I'll pick a different one each time, and look forward to that. And maybe I think half hour is pretty long, but when we got 2 of us reminiscing over a great series, it's going to be hard to shorten them, but let us know what you think in the comments. I'm going to download this and upload it on my channel too.
Yeah.
So to capture some of the people on my subscribers are.
And if you guys and if anybody else has a Korra fan, you want to do this, Terminator, where if they win your tournament, they can be on one of our reviews?
Sure. If somebody wants to come on, at least give their opinions, or that's fine with me.
All right. So, all right, then screw the tournament, and basically.
Because Gray will be on. Grayson Young will be, because he wins a lot, so he will be the winner. But let's just leave it open. Someone get in contact with one of us if you're interested. You think you've been on, at least have maybe some podcast under your belt or something. Maybe would be nice, because it definitely helps when you've done something before. So, but let us know, and we'll look forward to talking to you guys next Saturday.
All right, so thanks a lot, guys, for watching. It's been great. So, like I always say, don't lose your way. Don't be afraid. Just game till the end, but with Korra.